All right, since you guys are in here now, we only have 26 kids in the room, which is smaller for us. So I might have to admit some people while we're doing this, but take out your agendas because I am going to go over what is due for you guys. Today is, I don't know, what is it, the 5th? I think it's the 5th, Thursday the 5th, right? So, oh, Tasha turned herself upside down. Oh, here comes Caden. Maybe he was out making his ham sandwich. I don't know. But you should have your agendas out. I'm going to turn off the chat for right now. And we're going to go into your period. We are in, come on. We are in period 3. So last night I pushed out module 6. We're going to go into the module and I'm going to show you guys what it is that you are going to be doing for this week. Everything is due next Friday, Friday the 13th, right? And I'm going to tell you that you should really, this should really be a very easy assignments for you. The first one might be a little time consuming, but easy assignments for you because we've gone over the periodic table left, right, upside down, inside out, any way that you can. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to read about atoms, elements, compounds, and mixtures. Now, we've not spoken about compounds and mixtures yet, but we will talk about that. There's a little bit in here that talks about what a compound is and what a mixture is. There's a video down here that you need to watch also, and it's going to tell you about molecules and compounds and mixtures. There are questions here. You don't have to answer those questions, but those questions are there for you to think about while the video is playing. Okay, so you're going to read this information first, then watch the video. After you do that, there's a vocabulary section here. This vocabulary section is worth 60 points, and I'll explain how we get those 60 points. So the first thing that you're going to do when you do this assignment is you're going to put your name right here. How do I know that? It says put your name here, right? There are some terms that you guys are going to go over, and we went over all of them already. They should all be on your periodic table note paper. And this is an example of what you're going to do. The definition here is for an atom. So you're going to put the definition in for an atom. You're going to either draw me a picture or take one off of the internet, post a picture in here. You need to tell me 3 things that an atom is. So an atom is the smallest unit of any element. It's made up of protons, neutrons, and electrons, and you cannot see it with the naked eye, right? What 3 things that an atom is not. An atom is not a molecule, it's not a proton, and it's something that you can divide and still, it's not something that you can divide and still have the same substance, meaning that the atom is the smallest unit. If I divide it in half, I do not have the same atom, right? Atoms are the smallest unit of an element that you can have. So here is an example of what I want you to do. You're going to be doing that for a proton, a neutron, an electron, the atomic mass, and the atomic number, right? So those are 5 vocabulary cards you have to do: proton, neutron, electron, atomic mass, atomic number. In each one of those 5 cards, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 cells to fill in. Each cell is worth 3 points. So this is 3, 3, 3, 3. 3 times 4 is 12, and then you have 5 cards worth 12 points each. 5 times 12 is 60. So that's where we get the 60 points from for this assignment. This assignment is probably the one that's going to be the most time consuming, but you guys should be very well versed in what an atom is. So you should be able to answer those questions relatively easy. It is due next Friday, the 13th. After you do that, you get to watch Bill Nye. Bill Nye comes with a worksheet to fill out. To fill out that worksheet, all you need to do is to go up here where it says File. Click on File. You can make a copy, right? Once you make the copy, you can type on the copy as the video is playing. There are 15 questions. You can upload it or you can use the website URL. We went over how to do those already. You guys have been doing them for me. So yeah, that's how you're going to do it. It's worth 20 points and it's due next Friday. This is what I would like you to write down in your agenda. We have module 6.3a. This is a quiz. And you also have module 6.3b, which is also a quiz. There are two different quizzes, and it's everything that we've gone over thus far, okay? You have 2 attempts to take it. I'll take the highest score out of the 2 attempts. You'll get to see your answers when it's done. It's due next Friday. This quiz, you should be able to breeze through. There's nothing to write down about that quiz other than it's a quiz, but this one, 6.3b, which you can take right after 6.3a. Write this down for me, please. 6.3b, and I'll type it in the chat later. When you take 6.3b, it's worth 30 points. I'm going to show you why I'm making a big deal of 6.3b. 6.3b asks you to pick 10 questions. Just so you know, there are 22 of them. Do you have to do all 22 of them? No. How many do you have to do? 10. Good. So you can choose any 10 that you would like to choose to answer the questions about protons, neutrons, and electrons. You will need your periodic table of elements to do this assignment. Each one is worth 3 points, so that's a total of 30 points. That's where we get our 30 points from. But remember, you only choose 10 out of the 22. So Maria asked me last period, she goes, well, can we do all of them if I want? You can do all of them. I definitely know that you can do them on a separate sheet of paper for practice. However, I don't know if Canvas will let you do all 22 of them and submit them. Try it on your end. I don't know, but you can do, you must do 10 of the 22. Again, due next Friday. Then we go into module 6.4a. You're just going to read this little analogy here. That's it. And then the last thing in this unit is another quiz. There are a couple of videos here for you to watch for a refresher. This quiz is worth 24 points, and I'll show you. This is why I wanted you to see 6.3b compared to 6.5a. When you go into 6.5a, again, it says pick 8 questions. And you're going to say to me, well, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are only 8 questions. Yes, you have to do all 8 questions. I went in, when I originally made it, it had like 22 questions, but a lot of the questions were the same questions from the other quiz. So I just pulled those out. So you have to do all of the questions for 6.5a. So write that down in your agenda. All questions.
Miss Cook, for my I sent a tablet and you froze when the first part, so I don't know what you said.
Okay, Maria, I'm gonna type it in the chat for you guys so you can have it there. Okay. So
okay.
You're welcome. Module 6 is due Friday the 13th, right? Which is next Friday. Module 6.3b is a quiz, and you have to choose 10 out of 22 questions to answer. You don't have to answer all 22 of them, just pick 10 of them and you can hand it in. I am not sure if you want to do all 22 and you can hand it in that way. I'm not sure if it'll accept it like that. It might just take the first 10 and grade just the first 10. I have no idea, but I do know that you have to do 10 out of the 22 choices. Module 6.5a is another quiz where you have to choose 8 out of 8 questions. So that means you have to do all of the questions for module 6.5a quiz. You should be writing that down in your agenda so that you guys know what it is that you're doing. Did you get that all now, Maria?
Yeah, just when are the quizzes due?
Everything is due by next Friday. So the way that I create the module, and I know that I talked to you guys about this in the beginning of the year. Let's say you have module 6, right? We'll just take the module that we're doing. 6.1 is Monday work. 6.2 is Tuesday work. Therefore, 6.3 must be Wednesday work. 6.4 is Thursday work. And then 6.5 is Friday work. The thing is that, so you'll always see, like in a module, if we're in module 6, it's 6.1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we're in module 9, it's going to be module 9.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Whatever I want you to do on Monday is 1, Tuesday is 2, Wednesday is 3, Thursday is 4, Friday is 5. Does that mean that you have to do them on those days? No. If you wanted to do all your science in one day, can you do it? Sure. Okay. But if you need help in planning out what you're doing, that helps you to plan it out. So if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I know the due date is the 13th, which is Friday for all of them. I suggest that you do not do them all Thursday night or Friday afternoon. Do them before the 13th. That way you don't get so overwhelmed. Because I'm telling you that module 6.1a is going to take some time to do that one. You've got all the information up here and on your periodic table, but that one's going to take the longest for you to type. Tasha, what's your question, honey?
So today we have to do 6.1a, 6.3a, 6.3b, and 6.4a and 6.5, or just the quizzes?
This is starting next week. If you want to do anything today, which you should, you could do 6.1. But what I'm saying, I woke. 6.1 is for Monday. If you want to break it down where you have a little bit of homework every night, 6.1 would be for next Monday. 6.2 would be for next Tuesday. 6.3 is next Wednesday. 6.4 is next Thursday. 6.5 is next Friday. So you have a little bit to do every night instead of doing it all at once. Or you can start early, but just realize that none of this is due until next Friday, so it can help you plan it out a little bit better. Does that clarify things?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? You could type them into the chat if you have any questions. I just opened the chat back up. I know some of you don't like to unmute yourselves, but type in the chat if you have any questions about what's due next Friday.
So nothing is due tomorrow, right?
No, ma'am. They're all due by Friday the 13th.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. This week was a review week because we were on break. So I just wanted to review everything. I do need to add 2 things to your periodic table of elements because it is part of today's Kahoot. So take out your periodic table of elements in front of you, right? We've already colored it in. We know which ones are the gases. We know which ones are non-metals, metalloids, metals. But what I didn't talk to you about is why we have columns and why we have rows. Oh, it's probably because it's an old computer or whatever, Tasha. Thank you. Okay, so the reason why we have columns and the reason why we have rows and the way that it was created is that there was this fella, his last name is Mendeleev, and he's the one who created the periodic table of elements that we use today, right? And he set it up the way that it is because each column, now remember, columns run north-south. So write this on your periodic table if it will help you. Columns are called on the periodic table of elements, we call those groups, right? So there are 18 groups on the periodic table of elements. If you look at the top of each column, right, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way over to 18. 18 would be our inert or noble gases. Okay, so you see the columns as they go through the periodic table. Those groups, those columns, anything in that column has anything that's in the same column is going to have the same chemical behavior. Okay, they will work similarly. I shouldn't say the same. They will work similarly in chemical behavior. How they want to work with other elements, okay, depends on the columns that they're in. So I've talked to you guys about column 18, which is our inert or noble gases, right? Inert or noble gases, I told you in the very beginning, those are the most stable elements of them all. They are extremely happy. Imagine that you are at a party and we have our different groups of friends at the party. Those inert gases at the party, those inert gases are the ones that don't need to mingle with anybody else. Those inert gases are so happy on their own. They have their electron cloud, right? The shell, the outermost shell of electrons is completely full. It doesn't want to take on electrons. It doesn't want to lose electrons. It's just happy being on its own. They all behave similarly because they're all in the same column. They don't want to interact with anybody else. Now, those elements that are all the way to the left, right, our metals in column 1, those elements in column 1, they only have 1 electron in their outermost shell, which makes them very unstable. They want to either get rid of that electron, right? So it's not on its own, or they want to take on electrons, not take on, I shouldn't say that, they want to share their electron with somebody else, right? So they can become more stable. Those are the kids at the party that are always interacting with everyone else because they need to connect for stability, right? So most stable all the way to the right. The ones that are highly reactive are the ones that are to the left in column 1. So that tells you how they behave similarly chemically in those columns or groups. The other thing that we have are our rows, and we call those periods. Now, if you look at our rows, which run left to right or east to west, west to east, Andrew, so they can't be alone basically. The hydrogen, lithium, sodium, yeah, no, those over there, they don't want to be alone. They want to interact and always mingle. Absolutely. Those are the ones that are most reactive. Okay. Our rows, on the other hand, the ones that run left to right, west to east, east to west, however you want to say it, those have to do with the energy levels of electrons. So remember, the electrons are found in that electron cloud outside of the nucleus itself. And they're in different shells. Each shell of the electron cloud can hold a certain amount of electrons. And that's how our rows or our periods are broken down. The periods talk about how many electrons are in the outermost shell of that atom. So you're going to write this, a period is, it's the energy level or the electron shells. Right, so periods run left to right. So this is what I would do if I am taking notes on my periodic table of elements. I would write groups equal the columns, right? And periods are our rows. So I would put on my periodic table of elements here, you know, indicating where the groups are. I would use an arrow indicating where my groups are, and then I would use an arrow indicating where my periods are. The periods run left to right, the groups run north to south. Any questions on those two? Because it's part of your Kahoot also. Type in the chat if you're all good or if you need something. I want to hear from Nathan. Says, yeah, you have a question, or yeah, you're all good. Maria's got thumbs up. She's good. Good. Okay, all good. Good, good. Okay. Daisy, you there? Moises, Amelia, thank you. Aiden, thumbs up. Giselle, thumbs up. Good job, guys. Andrew, thank you. Audrey, Daisy's good. Okay. Gracie's good. All my Maddie's okay. Maddie A is good. Okay. Fischetti, all right. I turn the music off, Nathan. It drives me crazy. Okay, so that being said, you guys are ready to rock it for the periodic table of elements Kahoot. We have today 28 questions in our Kahoot. You do not need to put your last name. First name is fine. If I've given you a nickname, use that. I should start calling Kaden Hammy. All right, so here I am. I'm going to share my screen.
I approve.
You approve. I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and I am going to open up the Kahoot. There is the number for you guys to log on. The Kahoot number is 575-9786. 575-9786. Please add yourself to our game. You need your periodic table of elements to play this game. I think it should be Nate likes planes. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a typo.
It's all good. Only 10 players. Let's get more, guys. Come on, log on to Kahoot. Make sure you have your periodic table of elements with you. Thank you, thank you.
It's loading. I already put in my name, but it's just loading.
Okay. I don't see Hammy on there. Kaden, where'd you go? There's Audrey. Lila's there. Who is that?
That's me.
Oh, that made me laugh.
Natasha, you mad lad. Ah,
Better.
You'll have plenty of turkey this month.
Caden, I have a deal for you. When we go back to school, I will give you $5 if you refer to yourself as Hammy on Zoom.
Isn't that the guy? Isn't that Hammy? Is that the guy that's in over the hedge? I think that's it. I think that's the movie that it is. Who's a cookie? Because I'm a cookie. Miss Cook the cookie. Ah, Yuretzi's on. Awesome. I only have 19 players in the room. 28 questions, so I want to get started because we only have 20 minutes, but we can play a little bit longer if we go over. That's fine. I'm fine with that. I'm going to start the game now. Kaden did not join. Somebody got bumped out.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, who's waiting?
I got booted out. No, never mind.
Oh,
Okay,
Fichetti's
never
there.
mind.
Nice. Yay, I'm happy to see Fichetti. I mean, I'm happy to see all you, but Fichetti just got on. Is Layla there? I don't see Layla. Who's got their microphone on? Turn it off, please. We're going to get started. Periodic table in front of you. Countdown. 10, 9, 8. All right. 21 people in. Ooh, I don't know who that is. Pan? Huh.
That's probably Benjamin. Doesn't he speak Russian?
Oh, possibly.
Or
All right.
maybe Ricky.
Oh, it's probably Ricky Alamio. Yeah, you're right. Probably Ricky. Okay, here we go. Starting the game. Oh, there's Layla. All right. Periodic table. Question 1. Where on the periodic table are metals found? To the left of the staircase, to the right of the staircase, in the middle, or on the bottom?
For me, the screen share is extremely delayed. Like right now, it's like 10 seconds behind
Try your best.
for me.
As long
I
as you
can
know the right
play.
answer, I don't care who comes in first.
I'll just pick.
All right. So metals are found to the left of the staircase. We colored those in green, right? Oh, Sasha, turkey is better. Okay. Question 2. Where on the periodic table are non-metals found? And don't forget that your inert gases are also a non-metal. They're special non-metals. Remember, those are the kids at the party that are fine on their own. The non-metals are found to the right of the staircase. Oh, lots of movement there. Question 3. What is the name of the element with the symbol C? If you cannot find C, it is in group number 14. Group 14.
It took a while for me to find it.
All right, so oxygen is O, carbon is C, cobalt is CO, and copper is Cu. You want to listen to me. Little movement. Question 4. What is the name of the element with the symbol S? S is in group 16. Okay, sulfur is S. Silicon is Si. We find silicon on the staircase. Tin is Sn, and antimony is At. No, that's astatine. Antimony is Sb. Oh, movement. Wow. Okay. Question 5. What is
So
the element with the symbol K? K. It is a metal. It's in group 1.
It took me like 10 hours to find it.
Well, not really. You get 20 seconds and you found it. So, okay, potassium is K. Now remember, some of the elements we said are their element symbol is because of their Latin name, right? So Kr is krypton, K is potassium. Question 6. What is the name of the element with the symbol Pb? It is a metal. It's in group 14.
Oh wait, I have a question.
Yes, Maria.
So, you know how like bananas they have potassium? Is that mean like so that's part of the metal? They it's like metal in a banana? Like
Yes, so this is the thing. There are different types of metals. Can you mute yours because I'm getting feedback, Maria? There are different types of metals, and there are alkali earth metals, there are transition metals. It doesn't mean that it's like a piece of metal, but it has the properties of metals. So remember we said that metals can conduct electricity, metals can conduct heat, all different things. Potassium, yes, is found in bananas. Bananas are very high in potassium, but it acts like a metal. So Pb is the abbreviation for lead. Little movement there. Question 7. What is the name of the element with the symbol Ag? It is a metal. It's in group 11. Ag is silver. Whoa, carbon is C. All right, little movement there. Next question. What is the symbol for the element beryllium? Beryllium. Look in period 2 for beryllium. Good. Beryllium is Be. B is for boron. There is no element By. That's just like, well, Bye is bi, but Br is bromine. All right, keep going, guys. Good job. Question 9. What is the symbol for the element copper? I said it earlier, copper. Copper is a metal. Look in period 4. Not group 4, period 4. Copper is Cu. Hopefully when I said period, you looked left to right, not north to south, right? Copper is Cu. Carbon is C. cobalt is CO and calcium is Ca. Little movement. Question 10. What is the symbol for the element calcium? Calcium. Calcium is a metal. Look in period 4 for calcium. Look in period 4 for calcium. Remember, your periods run east to west. All right, so C is carbon. We've gone over that a lot. C is found in all living organisms, right? Carbon is the most abundant. We have cobalt, CO, copper, Cu. We already did copper. Ca is calcium. Okay, a little bit of movement there. Question 11. How many protons does an atom of calcium have? So now find your calcium again and tell me how many protons. Calcium is found in period 4. Calcium is in period 4. Okay, so if we're looking at protons, we've talked about this. The atomic number, which is the number on the top, that tells us how many protons there are. It also tells us how many electrons there are. Calcium is number 20 in the periodic table, so that means it has 20 protons and 20 electrons. Question 12, how many protons does an atom of aluminum have? Aluminum is a metal. It is on the staircase. However, it's not a metalloid. Look by your staircase. Aluminum. Aluminum does have 13 protons, which also means that it has 13 electrons, right? We've lost quite a few players in this game. Little movement there. Question 13. How many protons does an atom of neon have? Look over in your inert or noble gases and you will find neon. That would be in group 18. Neon has an atomic number of 10, so therefore it has 10 protons, 10 electrons. Wow, lots of movement there. Question 14, how many electrons does an atom of boron have? Boron is in group 13. It is on your staircase, so therefore it is a metalloid. How many electrons? If I know the atomic number, then I know how many electrons. I also know how many protons. There are 5. If you look on the periodic table of elements, boron is number 5. The atomic number is 5. Protons is 5. Electrons is 5. How many electrons does an atom of nickel have? Nickel is a metal. It is in group 10. Nickel is used to make white gold. You would not find white gold on the periodic table. White gold is a mixture of metals. How many electrons are there in nickel? If nickel is number 28 on the periodic table, it has 28 protons, 28 electrons. Good job. Next question. How many neutrons does a hydrogen atom have? This is tricky. You have to remember how to find out how many neutrons something has. You're going to take the atomic mass and subtract from the atomic mass the number of protons. And that'll tell you how many neutrons there are. It's a little bit tricky. It's not the answer that you think you're going to get. Hydrogen is number 1 on the periodic table of elements. Okay, so I'm going to just do a quick little review with you guys. Y'all know what Skittles are, right? Imagine that I have a bowl, and my bowl is the nucleus of an atom. And in my bowl, I have purple Skittles and I have red Skittles. My purple Skittles are my protons. My red Skittles are my neutrons. Protons and neutrons are found in the nucleus, right? The atomic mass is what my bowl is. So my atomic mass is made up of purple Skittles and red Skittles, right? Purple protons, red neutrons. Makes my total amount in the bowl, that nucleus of the atom. So if I know that my atomic mass for hydrogen is 1, because I'm looking at it and it tells me it's 1.01, so that's 1. And I know that I have 1 proton in that bowl, and the atomic mass is 1. That means that I only have 1 purple Skittle in there. I have no red Skittles, right? So 1 minus 1 equals 0. So there are 0 neutrons. Sometimes it's easier to visualize. Question 17. How many neutrons does an oxygen atom have? Oxygen is over in group 16. Okay, perfect. If there are 16 is the atomic mass and there are 8 protons, 8 purple Skittles, then I have 8 red Skittles left, right? The atomic mass is 16. There are 8 protons, 8 neutrons. How many neutrons does a potassium atom have? Remember, potassium is all the way over in group 1. Letter K, because it's from its Latin name. The element symbol represents the Latin name. The mass of potassium, that's purple and red Skittles put together. That mass of potassium is 39. I have 19 purple protons, right? How many red neutrons do I have? 39 minus 19 gives us 20. Nice, Fischetti. Good movement. What group is aluminum in? Groups run north-south. Aluminum is by the staircase. Aluminum, if you look all the way over to the right, it is in group 13. Fantastic job, guys. Next question. What group is magnesium in? Magnesium, not manganese, magnesium. Mg is the element symbol, Mg. Magnesium is found in group 2. I know it's 10:50. If you want to stay on and keep playing, please do. If you need to go somewhere for your break, go ahead. You know what's due next Friday, and I'll see you on Monday. But if you want to stay and play, please stay. We only have a couple of questions left. What period is carbon in? Letter C, carbon. Number 6 on the periodic table. I don't want to keep you guys, but if you want to stay and play, I'm here to play to the end. There's only a few questions left. Carbon is found in period 2. Your periods run left to right. Let's see how we do. Question 22. What period is barium in? Barium has an abbreviation, right? An element symbol. Look for BA for barium. Remember, your periods run left to right, east to west, west to east. Barium is found in period 6. Some people dropped out. Question 23, what is the name given to each of the elements in group 18? All the way to the right, our happy, stable elements, the ones that get to hang out at the party by themselves. I've also called them inert. Group 18, inert or noble gases. Okay, a couple of questions left. 24. Which subatomic particle is the smallest, meaning that it has the least amount of mass? Think about where all the mass is. If you know where all the mass is, then you know which has the least amount of mass. Oh, Ham Sandwich God is still with us. The electron has the smallest amount of mass. Remember, most of the mass comes from the nucleus of the atom, right? That's where we get our protons and neutrons, purple and red Skittles. No movement there. Question 25, 3 questions left. Protons, what charge do they have? Protons. Protons are now, if I'm asking you about protons, think that I'm probably going to ask you about neutrons and electrons, right? Okay, protons are positive. Great job, guys. 2 questions left, 3 questions left. What is the charge of a neutron? Protons are positive. What are neutrons? Remember, neutron, look at the way they're spelled. Here, I can put music on now. Okay, neutrons are neutral. N-E-U-T-R, neutron, neutral. Next question. Charge of an electron. If protons are positive, neutrons are neutral, electrons are. Electrons are negative. Good. Last question. Remember, purple protons, red neutrons. Which two subatomic particles are found in the nucleus?
I can't look at the shared screen because it's all like glitchy.
I'm sorry. Technology is great when it works. Now Maria's upside down. I can do this too. Okay, protons and neutrons, purple and red. Nucleus of the atom is where the mass is. Let's see our score here. 24 out of 28, great job, Fischetti. 23 out of 28, a little bit faster, Maria. 25 out of 28 is, drum roll, Morgan. Morgan, who got rid of the picture of the rat. Connor and Cookie. I want to know who Cookie is. Great job, guys. That was a good game. I'm glad that
I was
many of
Cookie.
you- Max was Cookie. I'm glad that many of you guys stayed on to finish this out. Pretty much everything that we just went over is what your module 6 is like. So you should be able to breeze through module 6. You know, all the assignments that you have. Not very many assignments, but yeah, take your time on them. And I don't know, did you finish playing or did you get booted out, Connor, Caden? Is Caden on here? Caden's not even on here. Caden probably got booted out. So, all right, guys, you have a great weekend and I will see you on Monday. And if you need anything, just reach out to me, okay? Have a great day, guys. Thank you. Bye. Turkey is pretty great. Ham is pretty great too, though. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.